Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome to Be in the Change. I'm going to get started by reciting my inspiration. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I'd like to say welcome to everybody who's watching me for the first time, and welcome back, and thank you to everybody who's been joining me on this journey where I started in 2019 stating I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, and a weekly video of my commitment, and I was sharing with you guys every week how fear, shame, and guilt was not breaking up with me. It has gotten a lot easier and a lot less, which is awesome. Last year, 2020, was to be kinder and more compassionate to myself and others. And this year, 2021, was to break up with processed sugar, which I lasted until, almost, I think, Thanksgiving. And then I've been on and off with sugar ever since then. And it is kicking my ass. I told you guys last week, my chin was so broken out. So I stopped it again, and then I had it. And, I made oatmeal raisin cookies. I had all the ingredients still in my house. Like, I should have gotten rid of everything and not had it here. And I guess it's almost like knowing I was going to do it. I didn't even need to go to the store to get any of the ingredients. So my face broke out immediately. And last week I had a ton of makeup on it. I went off of it, and then I ate it again. And then my chin, I should really not have makeup on to show you guys. Like, my chin is so broken out. I have such physical side effects from sugar. I can't even pretend that I don't have them anymore. And it kicks my ass every single time. The side effects from it, my neck and my back were hurting so bad. And I kept doing it. That's the thing. That's how you know. Like, how do you know if you have an addiction or not? When you know you are hurting yourself and others, and you keep doing it anyway. And you guys, every time I do these videos, I never know what is going to come out of my mouth. So a lot of times I don't even know what I'm saying until after I replay it back. And last week I was talking about having boundaries and keeping boundaries. And I was looking for a car, and I went to the car dealership, and the guy, when I asked him for the price of the car, it was very hard for him to give me the price. I got it out of him. But after I listened to the video and realized I was able to keep my boundaries, I was able to say what I needed, what I wanted, I got it. But what I had to do to get it did not feel right to me. And when I watched my video last week, I realized that was a red flag. The fact that I got my way, but how I had to get my way wasn't right. And I don't need to do that anymore. When people are resistant to me or what I need or what I want, it doesn't mean I keep going until I get it. I now am learning to say, no, thank you, sooner. So it's not that I'm great at it. It's not that I'm good at it. I'm better at it than I used to be, because I now recognize when things aren't good for me sooner. So, and I've also learned how to make space and make room. I was brought up Don't quit your job until you have another job. Don't get rid of your car until you have another car. Like, always have your backup ready to go instead of the fear of not having or getting what I want. And what I'm realizing now is I need to make space and room for things to come in, and I was not able to do that. So I'm going to give you an example of imagine a closet that is just packed to the gills. Eventually, there's no room and no space, and nothing else can come in. So eventually, when your closet, when it's so packed and filled, you can't bring anything new in until you go through it, clean it out, and get rid of the things you don't use anymore. So I've had to do that with physical space, but also with emotional things too. And that was a reaction to fear. Stuffing a closet, stuffing my feelings, stuffing everything, and reacting like, oh my God. Like, I realize now a lot of times the way I am now learning how to respond versus react. And when I was reacting out of fear, I usually thought I needed to act immediately. If I didn't get this right now, nothing better was ever going to come. I needed to protect and guard what I have for dear life. And what I've learned is I don't need to do that anymore. And as I'm not doing that anymore, is it scary? Hell yeah. Do I look crazy? Hell yeah. Am I okay with it now? Yes, I am okay with it now because it makes me sick when I do things to please somebody else or to worry about how somebody's going to react to me, or they're not going to like me, or they're going to reject me. The people that were going to reject me, they were going to reject me anyway. It was only a matter of time. The people who aren't able to help me, they were never able to help me. I just now recognize it. So about the addiction thing, when I was talking about being in an addiction, we are all in addictions. You can acknowledge it or you don't have to, and that's okay. I have learned it is not my job to point out your addictions or the things that are wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with any of us. We are all God's children, and we need to do what we need to do in order to be safe, in order to survive, and in order to be well. And until you are able to do that, you have to react out of fear. That's what I did. And I no longer live there anymore. And it is a great place not to live anymore. However, when you make that transition, is it scary? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. But I've learned to do everything with love and compassion and not judging. And it's very hard to get where I am. It has been a very long and hard process. But as this process is happening for me, I want to pass it on to you because, I was laughing the other day. I'm on my 4th dryer. And you say, Michelle, only 4 dryers? And I realized the other day, my dryer is tearing my clothes to shreds. They have fuzz balls on them like I've never had before. And I'm like, oh my God, I need another dryer. My dryer that I just got, the 4th dryer, isn't right. And, I hate being the person that complains. I hate to be the boat rocker. I used to wait for every other person to rock the boat first, and then I would get out. And now I realize God picked me to be a boat rocker. And as I've had to be a boat rocker, I'm able to give other permission to boat rockers to get out of the boat when things aren't right for you. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's watching me. This has been the hardest journey. Not to point out everyone else and what they're doing wrong and different, but to actually take a look in the mirror at myself to see how can I do it better, how can I do it differently, and how can I help others when they can no longer fake their life. And if you can't fake your life anymore, I say kudos to you, because I can't fake it anymore. It is horrible. It is exhausting. And I don't live there anymore. So thanks for letting me talk to you guys today. Thanks to everyone who's watching, who's following, and stay tuned, stay safe, and I'll see you all next week.